Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are here to finish off the folio in our how to make a folio montage that we are doing here. So just a little recap. We did the big envelope here with the little twisty closure, the flips that go each way with the gusseted pocket, and then opening this way, we had the acetate window pocket with the little side flip and the belly band. And then we had the large pocket here. And then we just recently did these two where we have this one with the envelopes and the little side top loading pocket with the little pockets. And then over here, the flip up and flip down with the side tucks. So today we are going to do the front, and I've got an idea of what I want to do. Pretty excited about it. Let me move my scraps. All right. So what I'm thinking is we are going to, let's see, I gotta clip that. It's gonna make me crazy when the strings get caught up in the glue. So what I'm thinking is we'll do a couple of pockets, one like gusseted pockets, and then we're gonna do a flip over this way, and it'll have slanted pockets on it. And I think, yes, I think that's what we are gonna do today. So I already know kind of the papers that I wanna use. For the background, I'm going to do, if I can get my fingers around it here, I think I'm gonna go with this gray. And so we're just gonna mark it here. If I can see what I'm doing, just line it up as best you can. Make your little pencil mark and then line it up with the top and make your pencil mark at the bottom. And then those up there. Man, I've got stuff everywhere. I bought some digitals, which, yay. I mean, I love digitals, but I've bought so many, I am like having trouble finding time to sit and cut them all out so that I can get them attached to cardstock or whatever. You know, if it's just backing them with some coffee dyed paper, I don't know, but I have got so many project envelopes that I've got to get started on some of these journals that I want to make. And I bought some of my first 49 in Market paper. So yeah, there's a lot of projects coming in the future. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. That's the back. Oh, I hope that it's not going to fit because I was measuring the wrong side. Go me. So I'm going to just come up here and, okay, so it's the same height, but it's a little shorter. So I'm going to line that up and make my mark. I don't know. What do you guys think about a closure? I've been trying to decide if and how I want to do one. I'm thinking some sari silk would be kind of cool if we did something. Maybe we'll do a couple of tabs that come over and just meet in the middle. That might look cool with the gist of what we're doing here. So I'm just going to give this back panel a little ink. Sew it up with everything else before we lay it down. So, and everything, once you get it in the book and you get it stuffed and all the little pieces, it lays the way you want it to. Right now it kind of lays a little wonky, but you'll see as we get done, it'll lay flat and perfect. Okay, so we've got the back panel. Move my scraps, and now I want to go ahead and make the the side flap, which I'm going to use this paper. I just absolutely love this paper, and I think I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, I'm going to stick with it vertical. I just really like it. So basically, I need to measure it to where it's about, I mean, just barely to the edge of this, but I need room for a gusset. So I'm going to do about an inch, a little more than an inch. Let me measure it here. About an inch and a quarter. And I'm gonna make a little mark so I know where I want my gussets to start. And then I'm gonna make a little mark here. And I'm just gonna see if that will fold over the way that I want it to. And it will not, so I cannot do that. So I'm gonna erase those. I tried. So we're gonna come over here and I'm gonna fold it at about an inch. So instead of an inch and a quarter, I'm doing an inch. So I'm just folding that over. And then I'm gonna mark the height, and I want it, yeah, I want it the same height as the back drop. So I'm gonna mark it down here. And we're gonna cut the bottom off. Okay, and now I'm gonna flip it over and do my scoring, which will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 score lines. Why does that? Okay, so no, it's good. Okay, for some reason I thought I'd folded it crooked. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and like that. Fold this on the bar lines of the score lines and then kind of squish it down to give it that curved look that I'm going for. And then I'm gonna go ahead and punch a little notch at the top, just kind of eyeballing it with my 2-inch circle punch. Yeah, just about like that. So this is gonna go over this like this, and you'll see just a little bit of that backdrop. And then I'm gonna go ahead and ink the edges. And then I'm kind of quiet because I've got a lot in my brain, and when I do this, I sit and stare for a while, and I did most of that before I started the video, so you guys didn't have to put up with that. Nobody likes someone who just sits and stares. A little uncomfortable. So, all right, let's do the back side. I was thinking about making an acetate window on this, but I have that, you know, I think maybe we still should. And then maybe just not all the way through. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. So I just want a window right about here, and then we'll find some of the scraps to put back there since this has a white other side. And that way when you look through the window, you see a pretty pattern and not just that stark whiteness. So I'm thinking, yeah. And then I can still do my slanted pocket that I was thinking about doing. So I'm gonna kind of, and this is kind of like the other one we did. I just kind of eyeball it. If you want to use a die cut, use a die cut. If you want to trace a circle and do something like that, do that. But I am gonna do about, oh, how far over is that? That's about, it's a little over a 1/2 inch. You know what, I'm just gonna make it easier and just go straight to this line. So I've lined up this black line right here with my first score line on my gusset, which I believe is 1/2 inch. So then I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it and mark down to where I want the gusset to end. Dang it, that is very, very, very crooked. How did I do that? Okay, so let me line that back up. Actually pay attention to what I'm doing here. All right, there we go. And then, there we go, that's much better. And then this side, I'm kind of eyeballing the 1/2 inch. I've never been one for exact measurements. I don't know why, but I just don't. Okay, so this one I love this grid ruler of Tim Holtz's because I can not measure as much and just use the lines as my guide. Just lining them up with creases and different things to make sure I'm straight. And that looks pretty straight. I'm going to come up a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. All right. So we've marked our window. Now I'm going to get my little craft knife and just cut down the lines. You guys, use a ruler to help you stay straight if you want, depending on what tool you're using to cut with. I'm not very good at holding a ruler and the knife, and I end up going offline more with a ruler than I do just freehanding it. So that is completely up to you how you want to do that. Just as long as the box is cut out, I mean, you did what you were supposed to do, right? All right, I gotta pull my hair up because it is driving me nuts already. And then we'll erase our little pencil lines down the edges. And okay, so there's that. And that'll come over like this. So I need to find a scrap to put back there, and I need to find a piece of acetate that is going to fit there. And I have lots and lots of scrap pieces of acetate. Ooh, I think I found a piece. Oh yeah, that'll work. And then I think for the background, we will do maybe this light blue. How does that look? That one, or maybe the dark blue. I think that's too much. I think we'll go with this blue-gray color. So I'm going to take this and set it about where I'm going to put it, which I want to leave a lot of room around it so you can't like really see, the white around where I'm going to stick this to. So I'm giving it quite a bit of room around my window. And I'm just watching where my gussets are so I don't go over that. And then I'm going to bring it up there, and I'll probably go down about there. Okay, so I've got that ready to cut, and now I'm going to get my marker, and I'm going to mark where I'm going to cut this piece of acetate, which luckily it is the perfect width. I just need to adjust the height. And we'll go ahead and do that. And I will save this piece because it will be perfect for something later. And then this piece, let's see, where are my marks? Okay, so I'm gonna cut, I always cut the biggest chunk off first, just so I save more of the paper integrity for sizing and stuff for different projects later, or even for the same project. Just a little thing that I do, I'm just gonna erase these pencil lines. Okay. All right, not that way. this way. No, did I do this right, guys? Or did I totally, oh no, I did. Okay, so just like this. Okay, so now the tricky part is gluing it to the other side, which I think, yeah, because I'm gonna put it just right underneath that notch. So I'm gonna get my glue here, which I left the needle out of, so I've got to make sure that it will actually let glue out. Okay, I'm not going to ink this. I mean, you can if you want. It's just, I'm not going to. I don't think it needs that on there. And then I'm just going to line this up, make sure I'm not in my fold, and that I've got it up pretty close to that notch. And then that way when this closes, yeah, just like that. So now we'll do the window. And I'm using an 1/8 inch score tape for that. You can use your glue if that's what you want to do, or if you don't have any double-sided tape, definitely use your glue. I will tell you that Fabri-Tac and acetate are mortal enemies. And because Fabri-Tac can be so stringy, it will leave like stringy bits of the glue on the acetate, and you spend so much time trying to clean it that it's just ridiculous. So, and then I've never been very good at placing things down where they go the first time, so that's why I don't use the art glitter glue when I put down acetate. So I'm just taking the other side of the double-sided tape off, and then I'm gonna wipe this off, and I'm gonna line it up as best I can on the top and bottom and pray I'm not in an angle, and we are good to go. All right. So there is that. And you can ink inside the windows too. Usually I do. I just forgot that step because I'm I don't know. I do the videos and I get nervous and I forget steps. So I apologize. So now I'm going to look at my scraps and see what I want to do. Oh, there's the choo-choo train. As far as a pocket goes on either side of this, that may be pretty on it. I really wanted to do like, well, I might be able to do it with this. Like a slanted pocket up on the front. So I think, yeah, I think we'll just mark this right on the edge and right at the bottom, and go ahead and cut this out, and then we will slant it. Yeah. I was thinking for a second, I was wondering if I shouldn't leave it wider so that I can put some gussets on it, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna lay it flat down and probably sew it to it. So this will go here, but I am going to use my scissors. Nope, not those. Different scissors for different things, friends. Let me figure out what orientation. I like that. Oh, I like that, but that takes away. All right, I'm gonna go this way with it, and then I'm going to cut right here. And then we have a slanted pocket on the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue, ink it up and glue it down, because I'm gonna sew it with the outside. I'll sew it all together. I think that is a cool look sometimes. So this one will go right here, and we will go ahead and glue that down. So I'm just doing a little glue on that little side, the bottom, and the long side. And then we're gonna place that down right there. Perfect. Okay, And I might, when we come back and do like the little steps, we might put a little pocket or a little something something right there. I don't know. So on the back, let's see, is this too busy? I don't know. I definitely want to do a belly band, but I'm thinking I want to do something with this orange color. And I'm hoping, well, I was hoping that I had a scrap that was long enough in this one style, but I don't think that I do. I think I'm gonna have to use this one, which is just fine. So we're gonna do height first, because on the width, I think I'm just gonna do it at about 3 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that piece off the bottom. And then I think, yeah, I'm gonna do a 3-inch belly band. So I'm just cutting that at 3 inches. Now we have the notch up here, so I'll have to match this up and take that notch out. Which means I will be sewing this separate. And because I'm not very good at sewing around notches. I'm not very good at sewing around corners or curvy parts. It's just not who I am as a person, I guess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this right about where it's gonna be, which I want to be pretty centered on that notch. Okay, and then I'm just gonna come to the other side and I'm gonna trace that semicircle and I'm just gonna cut it out, because I could use my hole punch to do it and it's probably easier to do that, but I don't usually do things the easy way. For some reason, I find it easier to do it the hard way. Okay, so since this is going to be sewn, I'm not going to attach it yet. I'm going to set it over here with this. So that finishes this up. We've got the belly band on this side, and we've got the pocket and the little acetate window on the front because it's a top-loading pocket. So that is good to go. Now I need to put pockets on this. So let's see what we got. I think I want to use one of my dark papers, and then maybe, yeah, I think that'll be pretty. Okay, so let's measure. Now this one I'm going to put gussets in, so I'm going to leave it over the edge. It looks like it's about 3/4 of an inch on each side maybe. And I'm going to go ahead and mark those spots on either side of this paper. And then I'm going to mark about how high I want the pocket to go. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut off at the top where I want the pocket to end. And then I'm going to score I'll do my score lines on those lines that I did on the side of the background. Okay, so that's done. I'll just fold those over and then take my little punch and give it a little notch. And go ahead and ink it up. I just really like the antique-y, grungy look that the ink gives it. It's that something extra. Okay, and then that other little piece, I kind of want to fit on the inside, but I want it gusseted too. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. And I'm thinking, let's see how much that is. I did about just a little less than a 1/2 inch. And, oh, I need that to score. What am I doing? Okay, so I'm going to score those 2 lines. Okay. And then I'm not going to put a notch in this. I'm just going to fold it over. Erase my pencil marks. Just checking our time, making sure I wasn't doing anything crazy over here. Time flies when you're crafting. Typically, I listen to podcasts or I binge watch some series that I've probably seen 100 times. And that's what I do when I'm crafting. All right, so that's gonna go right there. And then, come here. And then this is gonna fold over it, just like that. And that'll all go right here. So I will be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and sew everything, and then I'll come back and we can glue it all together.